I only have one thing to say. What's up, Buttercup?
Well, I'll tell you what's up. A new collection, a beautiful new collection.
And it's called Buttercup, and that's what we're going to show you today on day 4 of our spring week of Webisodes.
Come play with us.
Oh yeah,
Together
come play
even.
with us. And here they are as we're trying to pull our act together here.
Oh, what a beautiful new collection.
It is.
Love
It absolutely
this.
is.
We've got ribbons. We've got beautiful pink flowers to
Right.
go with this. We've got a great embellishment set that was curated just for this
Exactly.
set.
Of course, papers, Dazzles, and die-cuts, brand new.
All right, what are we going to start with?
We're going to start with the papers because, you know,
Okay.
that's where
That's where it
that's
all
what
begins.
starts it, yes.
That's where the design begins. It begins
Yes.
with the papers always.
it exactly does. And of course, these are 80-pound paper, and on the packaging from hot off the press, you will get ideas. We're going to show you some of these different ones on the back, so that's always nice. And we like to think of that as a way to jumpstart your creativity.
Sure.
Now the papers are double-sided, and they are papers. We really like having papers to use both scrapbooking and card making.
Right.
And you can see the color combinations starting here.
Just
so
beautiful.
Pinks and reds and kind of this steel blue in there.
And bird cages with
Yes.
swirls and flowers. I think it's just a beautiful look.
And in the background, you can even see art going behind the plaid. So just a lot going on. As you can imagine, this is tons and tons of layers of art. Even those tiny birds fluttering.
Right. Plus
So
we've got silhouettes layered on top of it with that black there. So just beautiful.
just gorgeous. Now we have another sheet, so you can see how this is going more with the yellows that are just kind of hinted in the first sheet,
Right.
but still the pinks and that steel blue. And look at the plaid. Oh,
my
pretty.
goodness.
Very, very nice. Nice
beautiful.
size too. And then we have the birds and the cages, but really ghosted back, and it's picking out all of those colors again. And then we have this sheet. Now you're going to see it in a couple of colors, but the birds are right at the top. Almost looks like rain or just a design going down.
Right.
And I like how it's kind of modeled there. And then the flowers. You saw a little hint on the first sheet. We've got these again. Again, that modeling. You've got dots there. You've got the flowers. Oh, so many. And on the
Beautiful.
back side, why, yes,
goodness.
you've got more. So that sheet with the little birds, this is one has in the yellow with the flowers and that same tone at the top. This is all over. We've got a micro dot in the grays, a smaller plaid, and then really pretty. And I love the modeling, how it's pink and yellow all mixed. And again, this is with that similar design, not exactly the same, but similar along the top.
Right.
And then a pink of that kind of raindrop.
It's such a soft collection, and
Yes.
I love the choice of ribbons that go with this as well. You're getting 12 ribbons in this set, 36 inches of each. You're getting your swirls, you're getting crepes in a couple of different colors, a nice wide crepe
Because
here.
we like crepe.
Right, you're getting that blue grid ribbon, but you're really getting something interesting in this now. Tell me what this is called again.
This is a kind of a steel satin, so it's a metallic, and we've had several colors in different collections,
And it's
but
kind
this
of
is perfect.
shimmery, so I'm going to call it shimmer ribbon.
Okay.
Just for fun.
Okay.
And this other one, which I really love,
that gorgeous?
and this one is
a velvet sequin.
velvet sequin. Now those sequins are sewn on,
Yes.
and there's some embroidery on there, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful on the back too.
Oh, it is. Oh,
It is.
I'd been so focused on the sequins.
So you're getting
Okay.
that. You're even getting the 1/8 inch, all of the things that you would expect to go with these beautiful colored
36
papers.
inches of
36
each
inches
of,
of each of 12.
right.
Yes.
Then die cuts. Now, there are 2 sheets. There are 2 different sheets, and really excited to bring these to you because it allows us to have even more artwork, more focals,
Right.
and many of them will
They're
punch out.
nested, yeah, so you're going to get
So
a
this is
large
one.
label with frames around it, so that's
You can
great.
see that there are borders. There's
borders.
just all kinds of things.
I love the artwork here. Sometimes
Yes.
the flowers are just really realistic, and these are just a little bit more artsy.
Right, they are. They are just really pretty. And of course, that look is going to go throughout, so you'll see
Right.
that.
And of course, we're getting these great little flowers which go with it. So from Petaloo, and there are 9 in there. They are self-adhesive, and they're just gorgeous with those
soft pink.
pearls. And again, the embellishments. You're getting all of these soft colored buttons, and you see the sequins and pearls and lots of beads in there
See
too.
beads always down at the bottom.
Always down at the bottom, but they come out easily, and it's just a wonderful set.
And finally, a Buttercup Dazzles. Again, 2 different sheets, 129 in this package. They are in black, and because it just works so well. And you'll see them as we go through. I'll flip it over so you can see the art.
I do love the imagery here. And we talked a little bit about that one sheet that looks like rain. Well, there are rain images here. There are umbrellas. Boy, are we used to that here in Oregon.
But everyone gets rain. So,
sure, and I love the words are tremendous,
Yes.
especially for scrapbooking, I think. After the winter comes the spring, dance in the rain, my sweet buttercup. But all of that is great on cards too.
It is. So, speaking of which, we're going to go into our first card.
There it
And
is.
here is your Dance in the Rain.
So beautiful, and you've got that beautiful die cut there.
Right up there.
It's been backed on one of those papers, and then there's a different paper used for the card, but those black dazzles are just really standing out. I absolutely love the little hearts growing around there in the rain.
So cute. And
So
then
sweet.
you can see how the ribbon just really supports the colors that are going
Sure.
on. Just really, really sweet.
So pretty.
So we've got Dance in the Rain as so this is kind of the more muted colors.
Right.
And then for scrapbooking, here is the same idea of using the dazzles with the papers beautifully.
I like adding that strip of the floral papers down at the bottom, and then you can use those dazzles, and you're going to use them end to end to get all the way across a 12-inch page.
Kind of makes a horizon line, doesn't
Right,
it? So
kinda
you've got your
does.
hearts growing up.
Sure, and then here we are, just almost like Mary Poppins in the corner. That is so great. Things are looking up, Buttercup. So there, journaling done.
Yes.
All from the scrapbooking or scrapbooking dazzles.
And look at the little bird over in the corner. I mean, just some fun
sweet.
things going
Yeah.
on, and that big, beautiful flowers.
pretty.
Now, so that was more the muted tones. Now we're going to
Right.
go into the pinks and the reds.
Oh,
So we
nice.
have My Sweet Buttercup, and that's that great big circle.
Right, and so that wreath is just placed on there. You can just see dazzles are just placed. This one was backed a little bit, so let me just show you
Okay.
that it was first the leaf portion. I can peel that up. The leaves were backed on the yellow buttercup paper, cut out around there, and then you can place the whole thing either directly onto that card or onto another piece of paper, and then you can cut that out. But then Susan went back in with, I think it was Susan, with the liquid pearls. So really simple. You're just going to start then filling in those areas. And I didn't make sure that this was
You know,
good,
that's
ready to
something
go.
I
But
wouldn't
anyway,
think
you
of.
just fill those in.
I just wouldn't even
follow
think
around.
of doing that.
No, well, we do. We
Yeah.
think of all different
Nice.
things. You can put stickles in there. You can paint in there. You can use
And this is
Spectrum
liquid
Noir
pearls.
pens, and this is liquid pearls.
And it kind of gives you a puffiness to it, which is
Yeah.
really, really, really nice.
Really
so
fun.
you can do that. Now the other one that is using that same circle, but turned differently, is right here. Life
Right.
doesn't have to be perfect to be splendid. Now
And
that's a nice sentiment for
It
lots of
is.
folks.
And you've got the ribbon just going across the front of the card there. I do want to mention, you know, when you see this and it looks like, oh, the ribbon gets wrapped all the way around, it really didn't. If you can stop right at the edge of the card and cut it off right there, run a little glue stick along the end and it won't fray, and then you don't have to use so much ribbon wrapping it all the way
Yeah,
around.
you can do that. On the inside, this is a nice treatment, just tearing a corner
Right.
and placing some of the dazzles, backing them with some of the papers.
So a little interest on the
Yeah.
inside and room for writing.
Very nice. Now this again is the pink and the red collection. So here is our page to coordinate with it.
And a
how
different way of using that wreath, because now you're using it to frame a photo.
I love that.
And you don't have to completely back it. If you notice on this photo, you don't have to back it so that every little piece of that photo is being cut out around there. You can just place it on the area of interest. It's actually a larger photo, but the photo has been cut
okay.
as a circle.
And using the Easy Circles template. Now this will will allow you to make those great big circles that you really can't get with a cutting die, but you can get with a $6.99 template.
Right, super simple. And so I just took several of the different papers, cut circles out of them, and just started layering to see where I wanted it. And I like the idea of going off center with that photo, going off the edge and then cutting it even. And then you've got another big circle in that die cut. So
Thought that was great.
So place that big die cut up there and just place your birdcage dazzles. Lots of other die cuts, some around in the back. They add lots of little embellishments here and that border with that beautiful silhouette.
I think it's so fun to have the border as just a piece. You know, we think of borders as extending the whole width, but letting that again become a horizon line, and then just adding in the embellishments, the seed beads, the sequins, the buttons, the pearls.
The ribbons. So there's that beautiful, that's my favorite ribbon. And just going behind, and again, if you want to make this go a little further, cut it right here and right there. Just use little pieces, tie a knot. But I also love all the embellishments. You've got the buttons, you've got the flowers, and it all is so great in combination.
And again, things are looking up, Buttercup.
Yep.
So really sweet. Now again, in our pink and red, we have this one, which is just, things are looking up, Buttercup, right here in a frame.
Right.
And just very simple, but very striking.
Right, and that label was done probably with a design toolkit. Do be sure and check the gallery to see for sure. But it's a great focal for those words, or a cutting die. And the flowers were all backed on the silver linen paper.
And this is cut out of the silver linen too, so you get a look at what that paper is. We've used it quite a bit lately, and really nice. Now, you're going to show how to get some color on that.
Right, so Susan, having backed these on silver linen, and we saw earlier this week changing the color of silver linen paper. Well, you can change it to any color you want. And so here we go, we placed it on there and we just start coloring that in. And she chose a really pale color, so it makes this nice sort of a pastel look. Really simple. You see how quick I'm doing that? I'm not worried about going over the lines because it's a black dazzle. You're just really quickly coloring that in. You can color those green and then you just cut it out.
So a sheet of silver linen gets to be any color.
Absolutely.
Now, lest you think that all of these were feminine, which of course feminine and family, but Gail did a masculine set. Now, she did this first for our premier scrapbooking club. That's the monthly club, and members get the papers first in that club.
Right.
And so this was what done, and I think it is so wonderfully striking.
Well, and it's again limiting your color choices. So in this case, I chose that gray, sort of rainy gray background and the darker red background, and I just limited it to that. And that gives you all you need, especially with those scrapbooking dazzles. Those add quite a bit too. I've got some of the just some of the borders here, and
it's
even
getting
the die
closer
cuts,
to see.
Even the die cuts are in there. I've got a label on the other page. But one of the other kind of fun things is that I added Versamark and embossing powder. So I went ahead and used Versamark, it's kind of a little bit sticky, on the buttons that you see and on the edges of some of these butterflies, etc. And then I sprinkled the embossing powder on there. It's a silver, metallic silver. And then you can heat those, and there you go. You
turn them any color.
Right, it'll melt it, it makes them look metallic, and it goes great with that
Now
set.
here is the companion page, and I just want to point that out. I thought it was fun that you used one of the die cuts as a frame. After the winter comes the spring.
Right.
And again, so this is kind of a young and an older version of
then and now.
Yes.
That's right. But it was fun. It's fun to sort of tear it a little bit. It helps to make it look a little bit more rustic, a little bit more masculine. And yet there are butterflies because it just sort of it fits.
Winter
it's just
and spring.
like sort of going through life, maybe a little bit. And I will say I used one of the die cuts to trace and cut out those cardstock
you did.
butterflies.
Okay, very neat. So that's what we have in Buttercup with papers and die cuts all ready for
and
you.
Buttons,
Dazzles,
and ribbons, and flowers, and they're absolutely gorgeous.
Right. So please, that's it for today. Please join us tomorrow. We'll have our ending of our week of Webisodes.
I was looking over there to see what's next, and it's cutting dies, and it's going to be great.
We'll show it to you tomorrow.